Quite honestly, crypto has been able to build a level of singular markets, all right, when it comes to digital currency use and trade across borders. And this is a major philosophy upon which the AFCFTA hinged on, facilitating trade across borders within and outside within the African economy to a large extent. Now, one of the major issues that the AFCFTA also present is the potential opportunity for a singular currency, all right, in the African market, just like you have the euro for the Eurozone. And we all know that because of the different developmental stages of financial markets in different African countries, that may be impossible in the short term and very much more difficult even in the long term. So technically, the idea of crypto or e-currency can become a reasonable alternative, all right, to reaching that level of synchronization, sort of, all right, to facilitate trade activities across borders. But we now need to agree, because every country in this context is trying to introduce their own e-currency.
Exactly.
All right. And on the alternative, crypto has positioned as singular currency. So we need to agree on what dynamics we want to go with when it comes to e-currency management and e-currency economy. Not forgetting that the SMEs who will be involved, the businesses and players who will be involved in the AFCFTA need to be onboarded correctly in terms of digitalization of that economy.
Where do we see the prospect of cryptocurrency within the African perspective, especially when we are lagging behind with regulation and a clear appreciation of the technicalities regarding the value chain of this blockchain technology? Where do we see the prospects?
Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Quite honestly, the prospects are low because central banks are now taking active steps to develop their own home market e-currencies. And we also need to state here clearly that the fact that you now have an e-currency does not take out the fact that the productive base of the economy is not yet informed, all right, informed enough to determine the value of that currency. Take, for instance, the e-naira doesn't necessarily mean that the naira appreciates because there's not an in-naira option. All right, so we need to still go back to the structural fundamentals, and the leakages as a result of this indiscipline or lack of fixing the structural deficit is what has led to the growth of alternative currencies like crypto. All right, so it's basically trying to do the dirty work in quotes of understanding the market enough to incorporate it within the context of the e-currency revolution.